Hello and welcome back to English Unlocked. I am Luna.
And I am Luca. Today we want to talk about something almost every learner knows.
Yesterday, someone spoke so fast to me that I just smiled and understood almost nothing.
Oh, I know that feeling. Your brain is still on the first sentence, but they are already far ahead.
Exactly. And then this small panic starts, like the conversation is running away from you.
That panic is so real. You do not want to stop them, but you cannot keep pretending either.
So today, we are talking about what to say when someone speaks too fast in English.
And how to stay calm and stay in the conversation instead of just smiling and hoping.
By the end of this, you will have simple, honest ways to slow someone down.
And maybe you will feel less alone the next time this happens to you.
Luca, be honest. Does this still happen to you even now?
Yes, more than I would like to admit.
Then let us talk about it honestly, the way it really feels.
Yes, let us start with that first moment of panic.
Luca, remember what I said about smiling and understanding nothing at all?
Yes, tell me more. What actually happened?
I was in a coffee shop and a woman behind me started talking really fast to the barista.
Wow! Was she talking to you or to him?
To me, actually, her words just blurred together like one long sound.
One long sound. That is such a clear way to describe it.
I caught maybe 3 words, and my brain froze on all of them at once.
That freeze is the worst part, English. But in that second, it feels like you know nothing.
Exactly. And the strange thing is, I was not confused about the words. I was confused about the speed.
So the words were fine. The problem was the rhythm, not the vocabulary.
Right. And nobody tells you that speed can be just as hard as new words.
Aye, that is true. We practice vocabulary so much, but nobody teaches us how to survive fast speech.
So, what do you do in that moment when everything blurs together like that?
Honestly, my first instinct is always to just smile, like you did.
Oh, I know that feeling. Smiling is so much easier than saying, I did not understand.
Actually, I have a story like that too, with my uncle who talks incredibly fast at dinners.
Oh, really? What happens when he starts talking?
He gets excited about a story and the words just speed up more and more.
So it is not only strangers, even family can talk too fast sometimes.
Exactly, and for years I just nodded along, pretending I understood every single detail.
Wow, that sounds exhausting, nodding through a whole dinner without really following it.
It was afterward I always felt strangely tired, more tired than the food could explain.
That tiredness makes sense. Your brain was working so hard, just trying to survive the conversation.
For me, it is not only my brain freezing, my whole body reacts too.
What do you mean by that?
My heart starts beating faster and my face feels warm, like everyone can see I am lost.
Wow, I feel exactly that too. It is not only a language problem, it is a body reaction.
Yes, and that reaction makes it even harder to catch the next sentence because you are already distracted.
So the panic feeds itself. You miss one sentence, you panic, and then you miss the next one too.
Exactly. One blurred sentence turns into 3 and suddenly the whole conversation feels impossible to follow.
That is such an honest way to describe it. It really does feel like a small wave.
Why do you think smiling feels safer than asking someone to slow down?
I think we are scared they will think we are not good at English.
That fear is powerful. Nobody wants to look confused in front of a stranger.
Yes, and if I ask them to repeat, I feel like I am interrupting something important.
But you are not interrupting. You are protecting the conversation from disappearing completely.
I never thought about it like that, but you are right.
If you smile and understand nothing, the conversation is already lost anyway.
That is true. Smiling does not save the conversation, it just hides that it is gone.
So maybe the real risk is not asking. The real risk is staying silent and missing everything.
When you say it that way, asking someone to slow down does not sound weak at all.
It sounds like the opposite. It sounds like you actually care about understanding them.
I like that. Asking is not about your English, it is about respecting the conversation.
Is it harder for you on the phone without seeing the person's face at all?
Much harder on the phone. I cannot read their expression, so I feel even more lost.
That makes sense. In person, you can guess meaning from a smile or a gesture.
Right? And without that, fast speech feels twice as fast, somehow?
I actually avoid phone calls sometimes just because of that exact fear.
You are not alone in that. Many learners feel the same quiet fear about phone calls.
So, Luna, what did you usually say instead of just smiling?
Honestly, for a long time I said nothing. I just hoped the next sentence would be clearer.
And was it clearer?
Almost never. It usually just added more confusion on top of the first confusion.
So, silence was not really a strategy. It was just waiting and hoping.
Exactly. Waiting and hoping while slowly panicking on the inside.
I think there is also something about politeness. We do not want to seem rude.
Right. In my culture, interrupting someone can feel disrespectful, even a small interruption.
I understand that completely, but there is a difference between interrupting and asking to understand.
That is a good point. One protects the conversation, the other one breaks it.
So maybe politeness is not staying silent. Maybe politeness is helping the conversation continue clearly.
When you put it that way, asking someone to slow down actually feels like the polite choice.
Here is something interesting, Luna. Fast speakers often do not even know they are speaking fast.
Really, that surprises me, because it feels so obvious when you are listening.
Yes, for them, that speed feels completely normal. It is just how they naturally talk.
So they are not doing it on purpose, to confuse anyone.
No, not at all. Usually, they are just excited, comfortable, or simply talking with friends.
That actually makes me feel a little better, because it did not feel personal anymore.
Exactly. It was never about you, it was just their natural speaking speed.
So if I say something, they will probably be happy to slow down for me.
Most people are, they just need a gentle reminder that you are still there listening.
That reminds me of my coffee shop moment. Maybe she had no idea I was lost at all.
Probably not. She was focused on her own words, not on your face.
Which means my confused face was completely invisible to her the whole time.
Exactly. So the silence protected nobody. It just left you alone with the confusion.
That is such a strange thought, being confused all by yourself, right in front of someone.
Which is exactly why a simple sentence can change everything in that moment.
It reminds me of watching a movie when actors talk fast and I miss half the dialogue.
Yes, but movies do not slow down when you ask them to, unfortunately.
True, real conversations are actually kinder than movies in that way.
Exactly. A real person can adjust their speed, but a screen cannot listen to you.
That is such a comforting thought. Real conversations give you a chance that movies never do.
So maybe real life is easier than we think compared to fast movie dialogue. So what changed? What do you say now when someone speaks too fast?
Now I usually say, "Sorry, could you speak a little slower, please?"
Speak a little slower. I like that, because it is polite, but also very direct.
Yes, and people almost always say yes immediately. Nobody gets upset about that request.
That surprises some learners. They think asking will feel awkward, but it usually feels normal.
Right, because native speakers know English can move fast, even for other native speakers.
True, sometimes I cannot understand fast English either, and English is my first language.
See, it is not only about being a learner, it is about being human.
So if someone speaks too fast, one simple sentence can protect the whole conversation.
Exactly. You could also say, sorry, one more time, please, if you just need it repeated.
That one feels shorter, easier for a nervous moment when you cannot think of many words.
And if you need a moment to understand, you can say, sorry, give me a second.
I really like that phrase because it protects your confidence too, not only the conversation.
Yes, saying it reminds you that understanding matters more than looking perfect.
So instead of disappearing into silence, you stay present and you stay honest.
Exactly. Small words, but they keep you inside the conversation instead of outside it.
Does the phrase change if you are talking on the phone instead of in person?
A little, yes. On the phone, I usually add, the line is not very clear. Could you slow down?
Oh, that is smart. It gives a small reason, so it feels even more natural.
Right? And on a video call, I sometimes say, sorry, could you slow down a little for me?
Different situations, but the same honest idea underneath all of them.
Exactly. The words change a little, but the courage behind them stays the same.
What if someone stops you quickly on the street and speaks fast because they are in a hurry?
In that case, I usually say, sorry, I did not catch that. Could you say it again?
That is useful because it sounds natural even in a rushed, busy moment.
Exactly. Short and clear, without slowing the other person down too much either.
I like how these phrases change slightly, but they all protect the same thing, understanding. Sometimes you do not need to stop them completely. You just need a little time to think.
Oh, that is different from asking them to slow down completely.
Exactly, sometimes I just say, sorry, let me think for a second, and keep listening.
I like that. It buys you time without stopping the whole conversation.
Right, and it also tells the other person that you are still trying, not just lost.
What do you say if you understood most of it but missed one small part?
Then I usually say, sorry, what was that last part again?
That feels very specific. It shows you followed most of the conversation already.
Exactly, and it is much less scary than admitting you understood nothing at all.
I think I am always afraid it will sound like I understood nothing.
But asking about one small part actually shows confidence, not confusion.
When you explain it that way, these small phrases protect more than the conversation.
What do you mean by that?
They protect the truth that you are trying and that you are still here listening.
I like that. Trying is not the same as failing.
No, trying is just another word for staying brave inside a hard moment.
Now, Luna, is there a wrong way to ask someone to slow down?
Yes, actually, some learners say, please slow, and that can sound a little strange.
Right, that is too short, and it can sound almost like an order.
Exactly. Please slow sounds abrupt. Could you speak a little slower sounds warm and natural.
So the full sentence protects the tone, not only the meaning.
Yes, tone matters just as much as grammar in a moment like that.
Okay, let us practice this together, right now, like a real situation.
All right, imagine I am speaking really fast and you cannot follow me at all.
Sorry, could you speak a little slower, please? I did not catch that.
See? That sounded calm, confident, and completely natural.
It did not feel embarrassing at all. It just felt like normal conversation.
That is the goal. Not perfect English, just honest, clear communication.
Let us try one more. A slightly different situation, maybe on a phone call this time.
Good idea. Go ahead, speak fast, and I will practice answering you.
Hey, so basically we need to finish everything by tomorrow morning. Is that clear to you?
Sorry, the line is not very clear. Could you slow down a little, please?
Perfect. You sounded confident, not confused at all.
I think learners forget that native speakers actually want to be understood too.
Exactly. Slowing down usually feels like relief for both people, not only for you.
Let us try one more situation. Maybe someone speaking fast because they are frustrated.
Okay, imagine I am a little frustrated and my words come out fast and sharp.
Sorry, could you slow down a little? I really want to understand you.
That sounded gentle, but still firm, which feels perfect for a tense moment.
Exactly. The same calm phrase works, even when the emotion around it changes completely. Luca, do you remember the last time you actually asked someone to slow down?
Yes, actually, last week, with a new coworker who talks incredibly fast,
What happened when you asked her?
she just laughed gently and said, "Oh, sorry, I do that a lot."
See? That is exactly what usually happens. People are not offended at all.
No, and honestly, after I asked, I understood the rest of the conversation easily.
That relief is real. One small sentence, and suddenly you are back inside the conversation.
It is strange how much power a few honest words can have in a stressful moment.
I think that is the real lesson here. Speed is not the enemy, silence is.
When you say it that way, staying silent is actually the risky choice, not asking.
Exactly. Asking protects you. Staying quiet just leaves you lost and pretending.
And after she slowed down, did the whole conversation feel completely different?
Wait, that part happened to me too, actually, later that same week.
Really? Tell me what happened.
A friend was explaining something quickly, and I finally asked her to slow down.
And how did that feel in that exact moment?
Honestly, relief. Like I could finally breathe inside the conversation again.
Do you think this gets easier the more times you practice asking?
Definitely. The first time felt terrifying, but now it feels almost automatic.
That is encouraging, because it means courage really can become a habit.
Exactly. A small, brave sentence, repeated enough times, slowly becomes just a normal habit.
So, if someone speaks too fast to you this week, what will you try saying?
I think I will use sorry. Could you speak a little slower, please?
That is a strong choice. Simple, polite, and completely natural.
What about you, Luca? Which phrase feels the most natural for you?
Probably. Sorry, what was that last part again? It feels small but honest.
I like that one too. It shows you were listening the whole time.
Exactly, and that small honesty is really the whole point of today.
Luca, before we go, tell me honestly, does asking still feel a little scary sometimes?
A little, yes, but much less scary than staying confused and silent.
That is such an honest answer, and I think many listeners will feel the same.
I hope so, because this feeling is more common than people think.
So today, we talked about something small, but something that really matters: speed in conversation.
It is such a relief to know that asking someone to slow down is completely normal.
Yes, and it does not mean your English is weak. It means you care about understanding.
I hope this helps you feel a little braver the next time words start moving too fast.
Next time someone speaks too fast to you, what will you try saying out loud?
Whatever it is, say it calmly and stay right there in the conversation.
Thank you for listening with us today and for staying present in this conversation with us.
Take care. Bye.